Hello everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim World video, again on the Great Western Express mainline DLC thingy majiggy bobadoodah. Today we're going to be doing Aggregate Industries, which is going to take around 45 minutes according to the game, probably a little bit longer. So, discharge a rake of hoppers at Hayes Tarmac Facility before working the train over to Acton Yard and preparing it for the return journey to the West Country. This is the second to last scenario on this DLC. I hope you've enjoyed the last two videos. How many? 4 there would be in total. We've done the 3 scenarios and the one with the tutorials. So I hope you've enjoyed them. We're now on the 5th video for this DLC. One more to do after this, which is Dragline, which, for anyone wondering, it will be a slightly longer video, as it's 75 minutes altogether, and with timings and stuff, it'll probably be more like 85, so just be prepared to have a long video. So, since I've last recorded, today's date is the 11th, which obviously is, almost 3 weeks in advance for this video coming out. That's just because I know I've got some things on. But we've got some more info on the Great Western Mainline, not Great Western Mainline, the Long Island Railroad. A few more pictures come out, which is good, and I believe it's coming out soon. And we also have the BR Class 33, which I'll be talking about in a little bit.
But it's now time to get down to business and unload these wagons. Set up for shunting and reverse the train through the discharge facility to get these wagons unloaded.
Yes, so we have we'll talk about in a minute. We'll just set up this. Release these. So, as I was saying before, we've been told about a new train that we're getting. It's a BR Class 33, which will be running on the west. I want to say the west coast and West Somerset. Sorry. So, that'll be all interesting. I'm just gonna make sure the points are set the right way. Yeah, they are. So we've been told that we're going to be getting a new train for the West Somerset Railway. Now, unfortunately for us, it's firstly is going to be available for PC. People who bought the game on PC. I'm hoping it'll then be given to us people on consoles. But it'll be a train added on the West Somerset. I'm guessing there'll be a tutorial, and I believe there are some scenarios for it as well, which will obviously be quite fun and enjoyable. It's a nice train. If you have a little look online, just type Class 33, it should appear. But yeah, it's a it looks a little bit odd. It feels like it should just be the main locomotive and not have any things on the back by the way it looks. But it still is an amazing train, and it'll be something else for us to do on the West Somerset. Now, one thing you'll... have I got stuck? 1 second guys, sorry. Right guys, I am back, sorry. So yeah, the locomotive is very nice. Yes. Hoping it'll come to console. Now, one thing about this video, which I was going to do before I got stuck, and I had to take a pause, was this video, the first bit while we're unloading, is going to be moderately slow. That is just because of us maxing at 3 miles per hour. So obviously it'll be slow coming backwards. So I'll be flying around in free camera. But yeah, just so you guys know. And also I made a discovery the other day that on the PC there's a lot more vehicle, like train traffic coming past, which I've noticed. So like on the down the line scenario, I know that we had just our 3 trains in the station, where I believe there's like 3 HSTs all parked ready to go as well. So if I have Train Sim World, but just the CSX on my PC, so it could be something I look into investing in to have a little play around with. You should hopefully see them slowly getting unloaded in a minute, which will be nice. It's cool how they close by themselves as well, isn't it? So the first time I did this scenario, I stupidly got out of my vehicle, and I mean I managed to get back on, but like you have to be careful. As you can see, we have the EWS livery on. There's also a chance for the DB one as well. I believe this one got added after. Yeah. There we are, in there. How far off can we go? There's quite a bit of, yeah, no, it just goes to forest. Because if they didn't add in all this stuff as far back, they could, I don't know, have more rendering. We'll have a little sit up here. I'll watch this. So after this, I believe we're driving down to Acton, which is down here, and we have a few things to do. Now, I'm gonna apologise now, really, for if you hear a door open and someone yell my name. Yeah, I apologise for that. I'm just gonna hop back into our cab now. Okay, at the windows. Let's apply the brakes. Stop.
That was great work. You should get that train over to Acton Yard, where it can be prepared before the return trip to the Mendips.
Yeah, that's not very far. Right. And we still do have a red signal in front of us, so I'm not going to accelerate at massive speeds. I'm guessing we'll be waiting for a service to come past. That's 2 HSTs. I don't see anything coming the other way. I'll stop anyway then. Still red. It's telling us we need to stop there. See? I think that these should be green. There's a glitch. What it is, we're just gonna proceed at restricted streets, but yeah. I'll do that again as we get into the yard as well. Into the yard, onto the mainline. See, got past this signal. Okay, the next one is green. It's good. We also are just gonna glide along here as such. Stop here. Wait for a moment. Now we'll do is release the brakes while we're sat here. We have 5.7 miles to go. So at least we didn't have too many aggregate cars to unload. Which is always nice. looks like there used to be track going off that way. We are now on the correct line. Actually, it's right on the map. That panicked me for a second. But it's okay. Fresh air. Now, I was looking around the cab for the AWS switch and I could not find it. So we are, and the DSD. Actually, I feel like DSD is behind me. I feel like I saw DSD. Now, put it in the comments section. Knows where there's DSD. My horn does not want to make a sound. So, moving along swiftly. No. So where's the reception? So I believe we... Where are we going? Acton, there we go. So are we going in here? And if I remember, I feel like we have to refuel and hook up and go around to the other side, I believe. Well, that just might be me thinking crazily. That's very loud, isn't it? Oh, I mean, that's very quiet. Very shit. I'm sorry if you really like realism, but I'm gonna have to turn off the DSD because the other noises are quite loud compared to some of the others, like the rail squeaking and things like that. It's quite loud. Now I'm actually struggling to hear it. I will have a look though where the AWS turn on button is in this locomotive though, before we, or before at least I do the next scenario, which is trackline. Miles an hour left. One thing I'll do now is reduce the power. So we're now down to 60. Next one is 30 normals, so I'm gonna apply the brakes a little bit now. Well, quite a bit. If you can see it's the bottom right red bar you should be looking at. So if I remember correctly, we have to stop. Oh no, okay. I don't think we're gonna make the 30 mile per hour drop, but as soon as we get there, I will keep slowing down until we get to 30. We shouldn't derail though, because we're not going really fast over it. So that's the white line there showing that the signal is going to the left. The reason if you heard me, I may have stuttered or just kind of shut up for a second, was because I believe it's in the next scenario. But I remember doing it and there was a red signal before a tunnel, and I had to apply really hard on the brakes at one point, just for obviously. Uh-oh. Sorry, I had a lot of lag there for a second. I'll keep the train brakes applied. Just off us down to 15. I think we made the 30, but I don't think we're going to make the 15. Well, that was one of the DB Schenker liveried trains that we just passed. Because I don't drive freight as often as I do passenger, I find it quite hard to judge, especially in this train with the brakes, how much I need to apply. There goes a class 166, I believe, to our left. So we'll release them a little bit now because I did. Right in there, we're apply them now. That actually wasn't too bad. We'll just check on the map. Yeah, all of our carriages have made it in here.
You'll need to refuel before the return trip.
Yep.
So detach from the wagons and move the locomotive over to the fuel stand.
So that train's just left. So we gotta decouple. Yeah. There we go. There goes the last of the carriages. See, I think I'm not a fan of the direct brake, I quite like the automatic. So I must have accidentally clicked X. This train is really quick at accelerating, especially when it's got no cargo on the back. Now I know the speed limit's 15. But I don't exactly trust myself, and I'd rather not crash into something. believe that is red coming out of there, not going in. Now, talking about this scenario and us fueling here, if any of you played CSX Heavy Haul, or have watched someone do the tutorials, there were loads of tutorials, one with like for refueling, and a bunch of other things like that. And we never got that, like, they never carried that on into the Great Western, which they really kind of could have, because we haven't got CSX. So, and like you can't play CSX anymore. So it would have been quite good of them. That's not good enough. Oh, okay. Use the brakes. Apply the brakes. Still 2 more yards. Okay. There we go. Now I want to go down the ladder. There we go. Oh. Right, I've got to do this. I thought I had to get out then. I'm sorry. Alright, I'm just going to make sure that all the points are set. Just go all the way up there. Choose that one. Should be fine. I'm gonna go up there, that's going into there. Okay. So, we'll pull it into reverse. And one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go into rear camera. Again, we're going to be gliding at 10. So, we'll carry on up past here. As soon as we get onto there, we'll hopefully stop around here. And then we will just have to change that. And then everything should be set for us to go and refuel. Now, is this kind of the bit which I obviously class as being slower? Because we're not, I mean, obviously we're on the move quicker than we were before. But we have to focus on this. So there's the thing. So we're going to have to go up and then round. Park there. And there's the fuel pumps. So that red signal is quite far away, it's out here. The rest isn't a problem. Whoa. It's not what I wanted to click. As long as we clear these points here. So we need to release those, but then we also do need to carry on. Now we can feel safe. Go back into camera mode. Brakes are released. We can carry on. I like how we can change the switch points with the camera. Because I could have done that map, but it gives you a better impression. It's just a bit where I hope I got all the points set right. That is set right. Okay. Crawling towards. Now this is why I somewhat prefer passenger services to... No, too fast. This is why I prefer passengers to freight, because obviously you do have to refill passengers, passenger trains, sorry. But I quite like just being able to drive constantly. We can't get in that. You've never seen the fueling of a train before? This is how it goes. See, pick up the fuse nozzle, fuse, fuel, and then you have to sadly on oh, okay. We'll put the cap back on there.
Now the locomotive is ready to go. Get it hooked back up to the wagons, and that'll be you done for the day.
So one thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to flick off the master key because we're going to be going forward for a lot of this and then back. So first what I gotta do is check we're going the right way along there. It's going the right way. It's going the right way. It's going the right way and we're stopping there. So I've shut down this cab. And basically we're going to move over to the other cab. Because I think I'll find it easier. Flick on the master key. Release the brakes. Oh. It's releasing the brakes. At least on this side. Cab. Against the red bar. And we'll get going. Obviously didn't say to switch cabs. I'm guessing you can. It's not as if it's gonna affect. Sorry guys. Sorry, I had a cough there. Yeah, I don't think it really affects the game in any such of a way. So you have to drive to there and then we'll switch the points. And we should be headed right back into... We can hook up back to these. And that should be it done. So we seem like we are running on time. Because I believe we finish after hooking it. I hope we don't have to drive out to Reading or anything like that. Because then they would have got the timing to really wrong. As you can see, we are slowly slowing down. That's because we're going on an uphill gradient. So I'm just going to apply a little bit more power. So I see all the points going into where we've just kind of dropped off our things, they're all done by the signaller, whereas our points that we've just gone through there, all of that is done manually because of obviously freight movements. So now we're gonna apply the brake, release it because I put it on a little bit too early. So we're also going to shut down this curve now. Put that into neutral. Brakes. I'm going to release before we go. I believe they're put on automatically. So that should be okay. Climb back on the ladder. We will shut the door. Into this door, put that down, that forwards. Also going to release automatic brake. And when that has been released, we will set off again forwards. And luckily, yes, we are now just going to be coupling up. But we have to stop here, which is actually quite annoying. So now we're on the downward slope, so we really should keep our speed, but we don't want to do that. Start applying the brake there. So I know that the max speed you can like hook up to a vehicle is 5, at least it's in the States. So I'm just gonna shut off our power. Gonna apply a little bit of brake. Release it again. So, now what's happening? So right, we're just gonna hop out now. Hop out there, hop out here. Let's hope we're close enough. Yeah, we should be. There we go.
Well done. Grab a break in the porter cabins by the car park.
Shut the door. Now we have to be careful. Now, I know this is a game, but I actually do get a little bit scared sometimes crossing the lines. Because obviously I know you physically can't die, you just get pushed along by the train. But it's always like, even in the game, like you walk out and there's a big big train, sorry. Right, so we've come to the end of the scenario, and the video is actually only been, or be around 45 minutes long, which is actually a lot better than a lot of unloading facilities. So actually a lot better than what I thought. We did that quite quickly because I had to load in. So yeah, good. Right, I thank you all very much for watching. Obviously you would have just seen we got 6,241 Train Sim World points, which I have no idea what they're for. But I thank you all very much for watching, being here. Next scenario is Dragline, which is also the last, but it's also the longest in Train Sim World. I was looking today, and the longest on CSX is an hour or 3 hours long, and I know it took me almost 4. So yeah. But thank you all very much for watching. Have a lovely day, morning, evening, wherever you are, and I hope to see you very soon. Good day, good night, wherever you are, and goodbye.